right. Good afternoon. It's Friday. I hope you had a good morning. I hope you had a good week. Let's go get started. We're going to start in a seated position. So my headphones are, hopefully you guys can hear me. I think they just connected. So hopefully this sounds a little bit better. Again, we'll start seated. You didn't hear it the first time. Hands resting on the knees. Big shoulder roll. So squeeze the shoulders up by the ears and then soften them down and back. Let them relax. Maybe give it a little head roll from side to side. Stretch to the neck. And then again, roll those shoulders forward, up by the ears. Slide them down and back. And again, maybe drop the ears from shoulder to shoulder. Let's do one more big shoulder roll. Let's soften it down and back. Now again, bring that ear down towards the shoulder. Maybe we sweep it down to the front, so chin to the chest. Go over to the other side, and then go back down and around. And now bring that head up tall. Let's just look over that right shoulder. So try and keep the shoulders square and just look over. Let's go back to center, look over to the other side. Bring it back to center. Let's reach that left arm up. Hand comes across the head. So my ring fingers on my temple. And then just really gently draw that head down. So again, not a lot of force. Just basically the weight of the hand is what's adding the little extra pull, a little extra stretch. Release it. Let's go to the other side. We're gonna reach that right arm up, and that hand to the other side of the head. And again, just really gently draw that head down. Good, let's bring that head back up. So interlace those fingers behind the back, pull those knuckles down towards the ground first, and then bring those hands away from those hips. Now, if this is a little bit too aggressive, lower those hands down to the mat, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lifting through that chest. And we can release it, just sliding those hands forward, finding a little stretch through those outer hips. So I like to bring my shins side by side instead of crossed. I think it feels just a little bit better on my ankles. And walk those hands back up. Let's switch that across the legs. And we can just slide those hands forward. Keeping those hips grounded down, flattening out that back. And then we'll slide those hands back and come on to hands and knees. So let's do some cat-cows. So on that inhale, let's drop the belly, lift the chest, lift the tailbone as we look up. Exhale, round that spine, press the shoulder blades away, draw that belly up, and in as we look towards those thighs. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest, lift the tailbone, look up. And exhale, round. Last time through, inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, round. And inhale it into that neutral spine. Go and step those feet back to our plank. Here we go. We'll go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Send those hips up and back, downward facing dog. Pedaling out those feet if you need to. A little stretch through those calves. go ahead and step that right foot forward. Back knee can lower down. Twisting, we're gonna reach that right arm up, big twist, pressing the hips forward and down, stretching out through those hip flexors. Lower that hand down. Let's straighten that front leg as we pull those toes back into that half splits. And then we'll rebend into that knee. Let's curl those back toes under, lift that back knee up. Okay, and then inhale, rise up into that lunge. Keep that core tight, bend into that front knee a little bit more. And then we'll step both feet forward to the top of the mat. Reach it up nice and tall. Let's interlace those fingers, point those palms up, and then find that side bend over to that right side. Inhale it back up. Exhale it to the left side. Inhale, bring it back up. So when release those hands down towards the ground as we fold. Little hamstring stretch. Find a little more length. Then play at those hands. Let's step it back to our plank position. Holding it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hips to the sky, down dog. And we'll step that left foot through to that left knee. Back knee will lower down, and then we'll twist, reaching that left arm up. And lower that hand down. Straighten that front leg, pull those toes back. Nice flat spine. And then rebend into that knee. So we'll curl the back toes under, lift that back leg up. Then we'll inhale those arms up overhead into our high crescent lunge. Bend into that front knee, nice and straight, or as straight as you can get that back leg. And then go ahead and step those feet forward. Get interlace those fingers, face those palms up, and then side stretch to the right. Inhale it back up, over to the left. Inhale, reach it back up, and go ahead, release those hands down, and fold. Stretch out the backs of those legs. Then we'll plant those hands. Go ahead and step it back to our plank. Holding that plank again for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sending those hips up, down dog. Now we're going to step that right foot forward to that right thumb. Back knee lowers down, twisting right arm reaches up. Lower that hand down, straighten that front leg, pulling the toes back, lifting through the chest, flatten out that back. And then we'll rebend into that front knee. We're gonna lift that back knee up off of the mat, so really strong through those legs, and then inhale, reach those arms up. And flat it, a little twist, so a little more stretch through that hip flexor. And we're gonna reach the left hand forward, right arm reaches back, and then reverse it. So left arm's gonna reach up as that right hand reaches for that hamstring. Bend into that front knee a little bit more. And both arms reach up, stepping these feet forward, and fold. And now bend into those knees, rise on up, interlace those fingers, side stretch over to the right. Inhale it back up, exhale it to the left. Inhale, reach it up, release those hands as we fold, stepping it back to our plank. Go again, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hips to the sky, down dog. We'll step that left foot forward to that thumb, back knee down, twisting, reaching that left arm up. Lower the hand down, straighten out front leg, hold the toes back. And rebend it. And curl the back toes under, lifting that back leg or the back knee up. And then inhale, reach those arms up overhead. We'll twist it. So left or right arm reaches forward, left arm reaches back. Hold here. And then we'll reverse it. So right arm reaches up, left hand reaches down. And both arms will reach back up. Stepping both feet forward. Interlace the fingers, palms up. Side stretch to the right. Inhale it up to the left. Inhale it back up. And release those hands down as we fold. Now, adding a little twist to this, we're going to bend into that right knee a little bit more than our left. And then so yeah, it kind of helps to lengthen through that spine a little bit more. Keep those hips pointing straight back so that spine is paralleling the center of the mat as we reach that left arm up. Big, big reach. So it's okay if that right hand's not touching the ground. And release it down. Other side, bending into that left knee. Right arm reaches up. And lower that hand down as we fold. Maybe grab opposite elbows, let that head hang nice and heavy. So let's come back to our plank. Nice and tight through that core. We're gonna do some variations of mountain climber. So first one will just be a nice and normal mountain climber. So drawing that knee to the nose and extending it straight back out. Then the other knee to the nose, straight back out. So these will be a little bit quicker. When we drive the knee in, it's gonna be an exhale, inhale on the way back out, okay? So here we go, right leg first. We'll go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, pause. Hips up, down dog. Good, now bring it back to our plank. We're gonna go right knee towards the right shoulder, and then back. Left knee towards the left elbow and back. Here we go. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. And down dog. Our last variation. And we'll come forward to plank. We'll go a little bit slower this time. So right knee is going to come across to the left and back out, just at that speed. And then over left knee will come to the right knee and back out. So here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Plank. Lower those knees down. Knees can come a little bit wider, toes together as we sink it back down into that child's pose. Okay, let's come back up onto hands and knees. We're gonna do that one more time, okay? So just regular mountain climbers, knee to the nose. Here we go. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Plank. Down dog. Good, back to plank. Here we go. Knee to same elbow. Okay, so right knee, right elbow. Here we go. 10 and switch. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Plank. And down dog. Last one. This one's going to be a little bit slower one where we're going across. Okay, so plank first. And then right knee, left elbow. And back out. So that's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold that plank. Let's go for 5, 4, stay with me. 3, 2, and 1. Going lower down onto the stomach. Point those toes. Okay, we're going to roll the shoulders down and back. So lifting up just into that cobra here so that ribcage can stay down on the ground. Or maybe press up a little bit higher. Maybe we can start to lift those hips up. So So we're gonna stretch through those hip flexors and through that, and through the core, through the abs. Now, again, I'm not collapsing my shoulders by my ears. I'm staying really long. So I'm pulling my shoulders down. I'm trying to lengthen through that spine, get a lot of length through the neck, through the spine, through the low back. One more breath. And then let's send those hips back to that child's pose. Now, me personally, I want to go a little bit wider, get a little bit more stretch to the inner thighs. That's kind of up to you. When I do that as well, you get a little bit more room for your chest to go down, and you can get a little bit more stretch through that upper back. If it feels like it's pretty tight, if we've been sitting kind of rounded at our desk all morning, it might feel good to get that little extension through that the T-spine, through that upper back. And let's come back up onto hands and knees. Let's go ahead and roll it over to a seat. Bringing those feet nice and wide. We're gonna start by just, if you want, if you feel like, so I don't know if you can tell by me, but I'm real rounded as I'm sitting. So if you bring one hand behind, one hand in front, sit up tall. So I just kind of shifted my my pelvis, the top of it forward. So, and then the bottom back. That doesn't make a lot of sense, but just sitting tall, just basically if you want to sit a lot taller, I can feel like my sit bones are kind of digging into the mat a little bit. And then from there, I'm gonna roll over those sit bones instead of just rounding through that spine. So we can get a lot more stretch through those inner thighs and through those hamstrings. So nice flat back, slightly in those knees, flexing the feet, pressing those feet out a little bit wider. And then we can press into the hands, pull back to pull that chest towards the mat a little bit more. It might be super tight to start, that's okay. Just be with this where you're at, kind of that sticking point, and then as we hold, maybe you find you can pull yourself a little bit closer to the ground. And then let's bring it back up, slide that, if I'm nearing you, your right foot to that left inner thigh, lower that left elbow down, right arm reaches up and over. And then now rotate it around. So we're gonna take that, your right hand, reach across that left shin, or maybe it could be up higher up by that knee. If you're feeling a little bit tighter, flatten out that back and then fold. And then also if you can reach for that outside edge of the foot. It's a little far for me today, so I'm just gonna go with the ankle and then just fold a little deeper. And bring it back up. Let's go ahead and switch sides. So bring that left foot to that right inner thigh and side bend first. So right forearm down, left arm is reaching up and over. So get that big stretch all along that left side. And start to rotate it down. Left hand reaches across that foot, ankle or shin, flatten out that back and then fold. And bring it back up. Let's go one more wide-legged fold. See if second time around, maybe you get a little bit lower. If you don't, that's okay too. Sometimes the more times we do it, the looser those muscles get, and we can kind of sit into it a little bit deeper. And then bring it back up. Use the hands, bring those legs together. Let's roll it onto our backs. Finish off with some hip bridges and some twists. And we will be done. So shoulders walk together, press into those feet, lifting those hips up. So rotating that tailbone up towards the ceiling, that core stays tight. Rolling it back down. We got 5 total, so 4 more. Press, roll those hips up and lift. And down. And lift. Holding, pausing the top. And down. 3 more. Lift. And down. And lift. And down. Last one. Lifting up. Holding it here. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll those hips down, hugging those knees into the chest. It's a nice gentle rock from side to side. Let's keep that right knee hugged in. The left leg will extend out long. We'll just take that left hand, draw that knee across, right arm reaches out. Big breath in. Exhale, maybe find a little bit more twist. On that exhale. Bringing it back to center. Switching sides, so hugging that left knee in, right leg reaches out, and then we'll twist. Bringing that knee across the body. Left arm reaches out. Take that big breath in, and exhale, see if you can find a little bit more twist. And bring that knee back to center. And hug both knees into the chest. Rock it forward and back. Ooh. Take it from sides all the way up to that seat. Sitting cross-legged, hands can rest on your knees. So we're gonna do a little breathing here. So roll those shoulders down and back. Lift through that chest, closing down those eyes. Just really big breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. So really nothing special, nothing fancy. You just think you're filling to that lowest part of the lungs, the middle, all the way up into the collarbones. And just exhaling it out nice and slow. So maybe you notice that rise and fall of the chest. Maybe that can help you to focus on that breath, or maybe just a simple in on the inhale and out on that exhale to help to focus the mind. And don't get frustrated if the mind's wandering. Just notice it and come right back to that breath. All right, blinking those eyes. Ooh, what am I saying? Open. Thank you guys so much. Have a great Friday, a great weekend. We do have yoga tomorrow at 9:30. So hopefully I see you all there, but otherwise, have a good one.